Hey there everybody, hope your day is going well. Jacared Old School Gaming here, and welcome back to another Wild Wednesday. So in the previous one, ProtoMario mentioned something, well, in that previous theory, ProtoMario did mention that there's another theory, specifically regarding the rival, who apparently joined Team Rocket. And I did mention a couple of my own thoughts on maybe what actually happened, but this time, who knows, maybe it'll go into more detail, and there could be more specific evidence in, 4.5 minutes? Well, maybe less. But yeah. Anyway. Let's get in this and figure out exactly, well, what the theory is and what's going on. And who knows, this theory may also kind of lead into another Pokemon theory, or next time might just be another random Pokemon theory. Who knows? Who knows what's going to happen? Let's get into this video, because it's, well, the full title, Pokemon Theory Blue Joined Team Rocket, which isn't too many characters, so hopefully I'll be able to keep everything in there. Sometimes I'm able to, sometimes I'm not. I don't know. Anyway, enough for me for now. Let's get into ProtoMario's video.
Welcome back, YouTubers, and I'm ProtoMario. Today's Pokemon theory is going to be discussing Blue's ties with Team Rocket. Now, let's get a few things straight. I'm not necessarily implicating Blue being part of Team Rocket. I'm only stating that in some way, shape, or form he is tied to Team Rocket. For a few evidence points to this, a few things come up. So, yeah.
Really? So apparently the rival, and hell, you say Blue, I say Asphalt, doesn't really matter. So apparently there is certain evidence that give ties for the rival to Team Rocket. Not necessarily joining Team Rocket, just that there are certain ties to Team Rocket. Okay, well, what do you got? Because you said there are certain points, plural. Okay, well, what's the first point?
The first thing, when you encounter Blue at the Nugget Bridge, he's heading back from Nugget Bridge, and if you notice, all the trainers' Pokemons are still fully healed when you go through. Now, of course, this is just game design, but if you really think about it, and he didn't challenge any of those trainers, and the last guy wouldn't let him pass unless he joined Team Rocket.
Yes, that is true. When you go up Nugget Bridge, Blue is coming down from Nugget Bridge, and all the trainers there have their Pokemon at full health. However, they're only sending out 1 to 2 Pokemon at most that are at full health. And, well, once you get to the final person on Nugget Bridge, who gives you a nugget, asks you to join Team Rocket, he also only uses 2 Pokemon, and, well, you're allowed a total of 6 on you. That's kind of the rule of the universe, so to speak. And while that doesn't make much sense for a criminal organization to obey certain rules, but yeah, like I said, it is definitely part of the game design, but like I said, they're only using 1 to 2 Pokemon each. So, like, they can have up to, I don't know how busy Nugget Bridge is, but maybe they only have, like, a handful of trainers per day. And maybe sometimes they win, sometimes they lose, and if they lose, well, hey, at least I only threw out 1 Pokemon to challenge you. I still have 5 others for other challengers that may come this way.
And he obviously joined Team Rocket. Now, that might be pushing the letter a little bit here, but let's go on. The next place he was seen at was at the St. Anne, which doesn't mean anything, because, of course, Team Rocket wasn't really there in the game.
Yes, that is true as well, but, I mean, hell, I said it in the previous Wild Wednesday that I did on one of your other theories, and I'll say again, wherever you go, the rival always seems to be a few steps ahead of you. I mean, hell, more than just the handful of times that you encounter him, also, every single time you go into a gym, his name is always there first, whether whether you go there immediately after arriving in town, or maybe you, stay back out of town to grind up levels a bit, which, yeah, there's a lot of grinding. It doesn't matter when you show up at the gym. The rival's name is always right there on the plaque right at the front of the gym. Just, oh, hey, winning trainers, rival. And then once you beat the gym leader, winning trainers, rival, and you. But yeah, the point is that, the rival's always a few steps ahead no matter what. Or I should say no matter where you are, or what your next goal is, whether it's to get to the captain of the SSN, or to get to the top of Pokemon Tower, or to get to Giovanni and Silph.Co, or to get to Victory Road. He's always just a few steps ahead.
But then, after that, you go to Lavender Town, and in Lavender Town, Team Rocket's all over the graveyards of the Pokemon. And the gravestones, and the dead Marowak, and Gary's there. And he said he can't make it to the top because of some kind of restless Marowak spirit, and all kinds of whatever. So, if he couldn't make it to the top because of the Marowak, then, he might not be with Team Rocket. But, the main problem I have with Blue is that he challenges you right before you take on Giovanni at Silph.Co.
Yes, and, regarding the whole Pokemon Tower thing, that doesn't really say that the rival was there because of Team Rocket. I mean, hell, in his conversation there, he actually, I forget the exact wording, but he says something along the lines of, oh, hey, I'm adding more pages to my Pokedex because I caught a Cubone here. I couldn't find the grown-up Marowak. He didn't actually say anything about the restless spirit of Marowak, just that he was there, he found Cubone, caught it, and then he was looking for Marowak, but he couldn't find that one anywhere. And he's challenging you again, mainly, the reality, mainly to test his own skills to see how good he's getting, especially with a new team now missing Raticate. Yeah, he had Rattata at Nugget Bridge, then Raticate on the SSN, and then, yeah, he never has Raticate again, but that's another theory for another day, and I kind of already covered that with someone else. But yeah, he's essentially just bragging about, hey, I'm adding a lot more to the Pokedex, how about you? Let's see how strong you are compared to how strong I've gotten more recently. So now, your problem, that was your word, your problem with the rival is that he challenges you just before the fight against Giovanni. Well, technically, the fight against some of the Rocket minions, then Giovanni, which, let's see, in red and blue, it's only the one Rocket just standing outside, then in yellow, it's Jesse and James. Yeah, and then Giovanni. But I kind of touched on this a little bit with my last theory as well, about why the rival was actually up there. But first, I'm gonna see if you have anything different to say about that. Because, I mean, otherwise I'm just gonna be rehashing the same point that I made previously.
Now that whole place is locked down with Team Rocket employees and henchmen. And Blue is at the top, which means Blue had to have had a key card to get through to be able to access that warp tile, because you need the key card to get to that warp tile. So if Blue didn't challenge those trainers and he was just sitting there the whole time, don't you think Team Rocket would have kicked him out?
Maybe. But then again, we know, how from the games and from the anime, Team Rocket is not exactly competent. Giovanni is the mastermind, but I don't think he really, vets any of the applicants. He just accepts everyone in the Team Rocket and then goes forward. The actual grunts on the ground who are doing the work that he's demanding are, well, rather incompetent, and that's putting it nicely. I mean, hell, when I did my 3 different videos wandering through Selfco, yeah, 2 hours each, and then a couple weeks just to edit all that together. Well, over 2 hours, but yeah. Regardless, wandering around the Silco and all the different rockets and the scientists that are either have always worked for Team Rocket or switched sides once Team Rocket came in and took over. They avoiding them is actually a very, very simple thing, and especially being a 10-year-old kid. 10-year-olds are not that big. Well, I mean, hell, I remember being 10 years old, and I was kind of above average in, size, at least in height. I've always been skinny as hell, turn to the side, and I disappear. But regardless, there are different variations of size. Some of the kids were a little shorter, and then, maybe a couple years later, all of a sudden, whoa, holy hell, you got tall. And then some people, and some of the other kids were already tall, and then a couple of years later, yeah, they may have gone up a bit, but it wasn't as drastic. So, a 10-year-old kid could easily just hide in the shadows and, creep around to get to where they need to be while avoiding rockets. Now, albeit in order to get that keycard that one rocket on whatever, I think it was the 5th floor, or was it the 3rd? I forget exactly which floor. But there's one rocket that you absolutely have to battle to get that keycard. But then again, who's to say that's the only keycard in existence? I mean, that would be kind of a really, really bad security to have only one keycard in all of existence. The rival could have easily found another keycard somewhere on the ground, maybe it was dropped by one of the fleeing Selfco employees, and then the rival could have just used that to get in there and wait around. But then again, as I said in my previous Wild Wednesday, the alarm's apparently already going off. You barely encountered the first rocket. Hey, I heard there was a child intruder. Is that you? Dude, you're like the 3rd person I battle. How did word spread so fast? It doesn't look like they have radios or anything on their belts or shoulders or earpieces, whatever. How did they already hear? Unless the rival is also battling the rockets, which is why all the rockets that are there that you do battle are so spread out amongst all the floors. Maybe, or maybe Asphalt really did join Team Rocket. I don't really think there's any specific evidence pointing to that, but hell, if you have more evidence in the last 2 minutes, then I'm here for it.
That's really strange, isn't it? Blue challenges you right before you get to Giovanni. And, yeah. So, he didn't stop Team Rocket himself. Red did. And he was waiting for Red at Silphco because he knew Red would come. So, was Blue part of Team Rocket?
No, I don't think so. 'Cause, I mean, how the rival even says that, hey, I was in, what's the name of the city? Saffron. I was in Saffron City, and I saw you come in here. I decided to meet up with you and see how much stronger you get and to see if you are ready for Boss Rocket. And hell, maybe Asphalt is actually somewhat concerned about Pokemon, and he sees what Team Rocket is doing, so he's just, you know what? My rival is the strongest trainer that I know, so I'm gonna wait up here for my rival to arrive. Then we will battle, and whoever wins gets the privilege of facing Giovanni and stopping his plans.
After Red defeats Giovanni, Giovanni retires from being a gym leader, and of course, after Red defeats Blue as the champion, Blue takes over the gym leader position.
Whoa, hold on. What are you talking about? What do you mean Blue becomes the gym leader? What, in Viridian City? What? Okay, I had to look that up, and apparently, yeah, after Giovanni disappeared, the while the rival just takes over. That is interesting. But then again, hell, because Blue does technically become Pokemon Champion until you go up and kick his ass, and then become the Pokemon Champion. Maybe, just maybe, since he's like, well, he was a Pokemon Champion, even if for a short while. Maybe that, combined with the fact that he is Professor Oak's grandson, he uses that reputation to become, like, take over the gym leader, especially since, Viridian City is essentially right next door to Pallet Town, where Professor Oak works, and maybe he can, ask Grandpa to, hey, can you pull some strings for me? There's no one running this gym. I want to run the gym, so that way, I can follow Pokemon League rules, and anyone who meets the requirements and defeats the Pokemon I sent out against them, I give them the Earth Badge. Maybe it's not that... doesn't Giovanni also disband Team Rocket, so technically there is no Team Rocket anymore? That is interesting to find out that once there's a time skip, the rival takes over the Viridian City gym. Which, because Giovanni disappeared, there definitely needs to be a gym. Because it's part of the Pokemon League, someone needs to be there to challenge trainers to make sure they are actually ready to go through Victory Road, then eventually take on the Elite Four and become champions.
And becomes the 8th gym leader, succeeding Giovanni. It all comes together. Blue was part of Team Rocket from the beginning at Nugget Bridge. Even sooner, maybe, when he was going through Mount Moon. It's ridiculous to really think about this, but I have no other explanation. Blue wasn't at Cinnabar Island. Blue wasn't at any other place to encounter you and battle you, but he sure was when Team Rocket was around. Now, there's evidence to support that Blue did go around all the gyms, but he never fought you unless Team Rocket was around, and of course, he fought you once on the way to Victory Road and when the champion position came up, but that was after Team Rocket had been defeated. So, did Blue really join Team Rocket just to battle you at Silphco, the Pokemon Tower, and succeed Giovanni as the 8th gym leader? What's your thoughts on this theory? This is just my theory. I'm just thinking Blue was part of Giovanni's Team Rocket. Please leave your interesting comments in the section below. I'm ProtoMario and I'm signing out.
So you would say that since the rival took over the gym, that kind of confirms that he's part of Team Rocket. Not exactly. Not exactly. Well, like I said, he is Professor Oak's grandson, and hell, all the times that he was encountered, maybe he was also going after Team Rocket. Hell, like the Nugget Bridge, like going to see Bill to meet the guy who created the Pokemon storage system. That's more just like meeting a celebrity. And then, like at the Pokemon Tower at Silphco, at the SSN, he would need to be able to cut in order to get certain places. As for like the other HMs, those are given by Professor Oak's aides, except for Fly. But then again, maybe he found that secret house, to the west of Celadon. Maybe he found that secret house and got the Fly HM from, the Fly HM from there. For some reason, wait, is that a team or no? It's an HM. But hell, let's see, because there's also Flash and Strength and Surf. Okay, Surf you can't get until you go through the Safari Zone. Hell, maybe the rival got lost in there trying to find the secret house, and that's why the person gives out the Surf HM. It says, oh, hey, you're the first person here. And as for Strength, who knows? Maybe he met the warden of the Safari Zone and kind of buttered him up, saying, "Hey, I'm Professor Oak's grandson. Nice to meet you." and then got the strength HM that way. And yeah, Flash is, well, yeah, because Flash is the only one that's actually given out by Professor Oak's aid. But I mean, hell, he could easily have gotten enough after getting cut to go get the Flash HM from Professor Oak's aid. But anyway, I am getting off track because the point of this is, hey, was the first gen rival part of Team Rocket? Well, as Asphalt is going around and capturing new Pokemon, he sees what trouble Team Rocket is. And maybe he's not explicitly saying it, but he's just like, hey, you are my rival. You are the strongest trainer I know. Everyone else is just super duper weak. Let's battle. The winner gets to fight Team Rocket. Well, or like kick Team Rocket out of here. And the loser has to go and heal their Pokemon. Yeah, and how him taking over Viridian City is, well, more just like, hey, Grandpa, can you pull some strings for me? Since I'm your grandson, you're a celebrity, it should be super easy to get the Viridian City gym up and running again, so that way trainers can come through, get the Earth Badge, then move on. And yeah, and it was interesting to learn that there's some kind of a time skip, like 3 years, a 3-year time skip, where, well, the rival does in fact take over the Viridian Gym and essentially runs it, giving trainers the Earth Badge provided they pass certain tests. Which, honestly, that's what I see that most of the gym leaders as doing. It's just, oh, hey, you want to pass this area, you want the badge from me, you need to pass a certain test, you need to be at a certain strength level before you can move on. Otherwise, you need to train more, then come back and, if you beat me, I give you a badge. Alright, well, that is it for this Wild Wednesday. Yeah, ProtoMario didn't mention a different theory, but hell, like I said, there's a lot of Pokemon theories, even when narrowing things down to just First Gen, so that way I know a little more what I'm talking about. The time skip of Blue taking over the gym definitely surprised me, but hell, sometimes that happens because sometimes these theories do lead into other generations. But anyway, yeah, I will, well, hopefully this won't take too long to edit together. And yeah, then I gotta get on, well, the Thoughtful Thursday. So, I'll see you there, and hell, if you have any ideas for a Wild Wednesday commentary, put it in the comment section down below. Preferably on one of the games I've already uploaded, or maybe something just about video games in general, that'll work too. Yeah, put it in the comment section down below, I'll give it a quick look and do a commentary on it sometime in the future. I'll see you there. Thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't, hit the bell so you can always be notified whenever I upload another video. And of course, have fun.